and I'm hot. I am double dipping. I am in two hemispheres at once. I am on the YouTube, and I am also on the Facebook. So I'm doing well. Hank, Verizon had a thing, phones for veterans. I never heard of her. Choliner, nice touch. Well, the Choliner, because I'm on a budget. I'm on a fixed income. So, as I said, over on YouTube, I am. Let's see here if I can do this. This is where I'm at right now on YouTube. Did it go through? I don't know. So, I'm going to be talking about a nonprofit that is out there profiting in theory. And this is kind of complicated, but let me go back in time here. Now, if you keep commenting, which is awesome, you know, I'm just out here, you know, doing my thing, fucking ripping hymens and you know, pissing people off as I eat, you know, baby seal and California condor. So, let's talk about the nonprofits who are not doing as they should be doing. So you've got everywhere I've looked, or other individuals who are smarter than me were like, hey, look at this. And I'm like, I don't have enough time to look at that because I don't even know what I'm looking for. But then they're like, hey, you know, here are the fucking 5 W's. Who, what, where, and why. And I'm like, oh my God, these motherfuckers are crooked. Excuse me. And I'm like, they're fucking crooked. Like, they're thieving. So, let's begin the dissertation of these nonprofits. And if you're still on Facebook and I put my glasses on, you can fuck off because I can't see shit. And I got to do it. So, let's talk about what is going on in Kansas City, Kansas. And it's not sexy. It's not really anything that would, you know, change people's lives. But as Rangers, we're always taught, you know, do the right thing. Even though we're taught if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, and if you get caught, you ain't trying hard enough. But you don't really break that, you know, you don't cross that line in which you're doing these massively immoral things. Now, if you're on block leave and she's really hot, then you can cross that line. And if you're from 175, if you're on block leave and he's really hot, you can do whatever you want to do. So, we have got, this fuck, I already fucked it up. Alrighty then. All right, so, prepare to copy, take copious notes. Hey, you in the back, wake the fuck up. No, not you. Yeah, you. All right, so in Kansas City, Kansas, you have the American Fallen Warrior Memorial Foundation, the AFWMF. Almost sounds something like, you know, like a twisted version of like a MILF or a GILF, which is a grandmother I like to fuck. And at my age, that's actually happening. Although she's not a grandmother or mother. Anyway, so you have this foundation, and here come the old guy glasses. Oh, look, I can see now. Everybody do this. So, if you, oh, you piece of shit. Ooh, look, split screens. What am I doing here? So, I've got the American Fallen Warrior Memorial Foundation. Now, so start this out here. Again, it's not sexy, and if I'm boring you, well, then go to bed and watch whatever. But this is how shit gets fucking taken from people who mean well, and it goes other places. So you have the United States Fallen Heroes Foundation, which said it was a nonprofit raising funds to construct a memorial in Tarrant County to servicemen and women killed in action since 2011, when the GWOT kicked off. Now, the first part of this shenanigans is that the individual who was running it, Walter Coleman, was a fucking poser. Okay, he said he was a fucking veteran, and he fabricated forms saying he was a 501c3, and he wasn't. Now, within his little tree of trust there, you've got two chicks, Tanya Evans and Catherine Taylor. Now, if you're taking notes, because you better be, or you'll be a no-go, and you'll be in the gulag, eat a big fucking bag of dick. I don't understand why you fucked me, man. It's all roulette. So, I just got corrected. Anyway, my shit ain't always accurate. So, Tanya Evans and Catherine Taylor, Tanya was the executive director and Catherine was her executive assistant. Now, write that down. Catherine Taylor, executive assistant. Because I want her job because she fucking makes a lot of money. So they were on this same foundation, and there was some shenanigans going on, and they were trying to like figure out what was happening, and they tried to fucking go to the World Wide Web, and they posted incorrect and erroneous information about the USFHF. That's line of sight, right? Anyway, no, HF isn't. No, it's not. Anyway, UHF is. So, ultimately, they're like, you know what? Fuck it, we're out of here. We're going to tap out. And they tap out. So, they started the American Fallen Warrior Memorial Foundation. Now, it was founded in 2011. Yes, this is a slide deck. If you're watching at home, I will know right now because I know that 4 people have fucking jumped over. 4. Okay? 4. Not 2, not 5, but 4 have jumped over to this sexy fucking slide deck that I've built. And so they were the American Fallen Warrior Memorial Foundation was founded in 2011, and they're going to build this fucking thing. All right? And as they're trying to build this thing, let me go back here real quick. They're going to start taking in money. We want money. Oh, yeah, give me money. Because we're a nonprofit. And everyone wants to feel good about, giving money to something that is military related. So, let's start the shenanigans again. So they get it up and running, and Orange County Chopper, OCC, which is defunct as fuck, they're going to build a bike. Now, they're in it for the money themselves. So investors paid $160,000 for a custom build. And it's going to be like their showpiece, their mouthpiece. They're going to take it around and show it off and raise money for it, or raise money for their foundation. And then once they get the money raised, then they can say, okay, now we're going to actually auction it off. And once that's done, have said raffle. And once the raffle goes down, everybody's a winner. They made money and blah, 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 blah. So behind the scenes, there were 2 investors who fronted the $160 that was needed to pay for the chopper. And you see it is highlighted in yellow. And just below that, and the fundraising that followed sputtered despite a wide-ranging tour to show off the bike, including appearances in Amarillo and elsewhere. The chopper was even displayed at the Texas Rangers baseball stadium in Arlington, Texas, which I once got a speeding ticket there in September of that year. Now, ultimately, as this is going on, remember, you have Tanya Evans and Miss Taylor. Taylor was the executive assistant. As this is going on, somewhere along the way, they lose the fucking motorcycle. I mean, it's like your fucking showpiece for, getting the word out there, and there's this fucking motorcycle, and they're like, oh, yeah, we got this motorcycle. Hey, who got the motorcycle? I don't have it. You have it? You have it? I don't have it. You have it? You have it? I don't have it. Everybody, you're fucking fired. So they lose the motorcycle. And as they lose a motorcycle, this article in 2013 surmises instead of raising millions, as Evans promised, the minutes show from meetings that the cross-country event lost more than $61,000 despite significant donations from close supporters, which I don't think it was that significant. But despite the turmoil, board members said that the drive to establish the elaborate 20-acre, $30 million plus national memorial will proceed. So you have Jack Barnes. Now, Jack is critical. This is like a fucking soap opera here. Jack. Who's Jack? Jack is kind of fucking shady, and I'm going to cover that. So you've got Jack Barnes saying it's all so ugly. I should say that with a list because he was in the Navy. But we're still moving forward and working toward building a tribute to our fallen warriors in the heart of America. So if you look at the bottom of that, highlighted in yellow, just prior to that, it talks about a video fucking presentation. And in the video presentation, it got them an award or a grant for $30,000 from Eagle Rare, a whiskey company, which that money was turned over to the foundation. Now, Taylor said her involvement with Evans cost her $250,000. But if you go back, or you're taking copious notes, Taylor was an executive assistant before coming over to the American Fallen Warrior Memorial Foundation. And this motherfucker can like $250,000? Holy shit. I want that job. I ain't wearing no fucking knee pads, but come on. So you've got, from the front, Taylor and Evans are with a foundation that's fraudulent. The guy who is saying, he's a veteran, he's a fucking poser. They start their own thing, and now they're have a chance with the OCC bike build to go forward and do great things for God and country, and they fuck it up. Like a monkey fucking football, like a hockey punter, like trying to fucking swim in goddamn cleats. Now, as I said earlier, you've got Jack Barnes, who said, it's all so ugly. This is so ugly. Hot pockets. But we're going to move forward, and we're going to build We're going to build the tribute to our fallen warriors in the heart of America, Kansas City, Kansas. Or like Omaha Steaks from like somewhere in there. Or is it Omaha, Nebraska? I don't know. I failed geography twice. Not. So, you got Texas born, Texas raised, which is like massive street cred. A 24-year veteran of the U.S. Navy, a man who even at 64 still possesses a good dose of that easily detectable but not quite describable Texas confidence. Don't know what they're talking about, but I'm thinking whoever wrote this wants to fucking get on the knees and fucking get this guy a blowjob. He probably was in the Coast Guard. So, this is the guy who's going to fucking change everything and make it from ugly to sexy. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be like supermodel hot. And he's got tough odds. Okay, they're at a crossroads. A big project, big money. But he plans to right the ship and take the money and get this going. Despite the seemingly daunting odds he faces, despite the group's discouraging recent history and the millions of dollars required to see the project through, he is confident that the memorial dreamed up years ago can still be brought to fruition. And here goes Jack stepping on his fucking cock and balls. How does he step on his cock and balls? Let's see here. Jack is he is part of the Texas Permian Basin Honor Flight Director. Okay, he's like on their board of directors. He's the mainmost motherfucker in charge. Now, from what I've done, or from what people have told me, and I've read it, that the what they're doing here as far as honor flights is a good and noble thing. That being said, since Jack was to take it from ugly to beautiful, Jack is double dipping his time. So he's on the honor flight board, and he's also on the American Fallen Warrior Memorial Foundation board. President for both. 6 viewers on YouTube. I'm fucking killing it. So, in 2014, they filed their taxes. This is when it gets really, really good. And I'm not really a numbers guy, but fucking just watch it and watch. So let me go back here a little bit. No. What's that noise again? I can't keep up. Kevin Peele, Mark Legos, Chris Corbin. What's up, Corb? So, all right. So, on their taxes for 2014, the previous year they had raised $63,393. Current year, $624,804, which is a fucking lot of money. You imagine the fucking shit we could fuck up with that? Not me, but y'all. So, again, if you're on Facebook, jump over to the... I can't... Who did that? I don't know what they're saying. Oh, my bad. Well, you know, fuck him. So they raised $624,000. Now, here's a guy who says it's ugly, and we're going to get this fucking shit straight. We're going to get it right. We're going to make it right. I'm a 24-year fucking chief petty officer. I'm going to make it right. I'm going to do the right thing because I'm from Texas. And as the article said, yeah, Texas, you know, they got it going on. So, you see right here, American Fallen Warrior Memorial Foundation, Jack Barnes is president. This is confirmed. I just got chastised a little bit from one of my sources that we couldn't really confirm it as far as the honor flights, but it's pretty much true. And I'll get sued, I'm sure, but fuck them. So, you have Jack Barnes, Mr. Let's Make Ugly Fucking Sexy Again, who's double dipping. And if you're here, the organization is still, and you see right here, year 2014, and if you come down to the red arrow, they've got $13,832 in the kitty. Meow. Who likes the kitty? Loves the kitty. Meow. And it says, is still in the startup phase, raising funds for the memorial to honor our fallen warriors from the Gulf War to present date. The secondary goal is educating America's youth about the sacrifices being made. Are you ready? Are you ready? Come on. Who's ready? Oh. I watched The Wolf on Wall Street again for like the 8th time, and that motherfucker is awesome. So, they paid out $616,645 to Texas Permian Basin honor flights. That's what they did. So they gave over $500,000 to Texas Permian Basin honor flights. Yet they're trying to raise money for this memorial, which on paper it looks good as fuck. But you've got a guy who came from the Texas Permian Basin honor flight, and now he's with the American Fallen, I would say fucking AFWMF fucktards, and they're dropping that much coin over there. Now, is there any way of tracking those flights? I'm sure that Airman O'Malley, who I'll call up, will testify that there was a flight leaving from 0600 at Guantanamo Bay, but I'll get to that later. But anyway, so I don't really know how to say it because I don't have enough education, but that's fucking bullshit. There's no doubt that they redirected money, but they're still in the fucking startup phase. Motherfucker, you raised $600,000 and you kicked it back to the company, to the entity that used to be involved with. That is a conflict of interest, without a doubt. Period. And if you look at the ass end of it, again, you see here, they paid $600,000 for honor flights. Get honor, stay honor. Finger in the butt. How is that? What the fuck here? Who's out there? There needs to be a committee of people who have the ability to just slap the fucking shit out of motherfuckers at their leisure. No. Enough of that shit. Out. You're getting some retraining tomorrow, dog. So, anyway, again, that's not really what he set out to do to make ugly fucking sexy again. You can see here in 2011, they raised $10,000, $35,000 in 12, $65,000 in 2013, $624,000 in 2014, and they spent all that money on honor flights. And they're still out there with a pulse, and they're still taking from people who go, oh my God, the link isn't clickable. Well, fuck me running. Just Google it. Pocket change. Because you're rich, fucking Swartz. I don't know. Just go to Facebook. Go to YouTube. Anyway, so yeah. I don't know what else to say, but obviously, if you're raising money for this foundation and you're putting it somewhere else, and that's not in your filings as to what you're doing, what the fuck's up with that? So that therein lies the fucking problem of corruption. And I ain't even looking. I don't even know where to look. But it is never ending. Everywhere you sniff, if it's a nonprofit, it's not doing the right thing. And I don't really want to, I'm not the guy at all. But I'll be the fucking guy if the fucking money's right. Set every fucking crooked nonprofit. How do you fix it? Do you go to your hometown and say, hey, we have your nonprofits here? Yeah. Let me see your shit. Because just like with Enrique Murillo, when you looked into it, here is a guy who is representing himself as a nonprofit and has since been shut the fuck down because he's not a nonprofit. And now, of course, he was fucking bitching and moaning about, fucking Bubba's, spewing fucking hate speech, which, yeah, could be. But it ain't hate if it's the fucking truth. If you're like, no, honey, you look like a fucking fat cow in that dress. And it's the truth. Don't be hating me. I'm just a fucking messenger. Anyway, so back on the Facebook, I think I am. What's up, Tony? Ow. G-Money. So as I'm back on the Facebook and I'm trying to wind this shit down, I have to go to the whole thing of let's see, I do that.